Breathwork and regulation is one of the strongest ways for us to stay grounded, one of the most powerful ways for us to regulate our nervous system. And if you have a regulated nervous system, it detaches from the past that's holding on to you. So, like I said, one of the strongest things to do is obviously go back and do your childhood healing and heal those past wounds. But if you need to react in the moment, if you need to step into something in the moment, if you want a short-term fix, breathing. If you're in a stressful situation, actually try this. This is going to be a really helpful tool for you guys. Whenever you receive a piece of difficult information, or whenever you need to make a decision, whenever you need to choose something, or whenever you need to respond to something, you need to maybe respond in a certain way, or you need more authority, etc. Stop and just take 90 seconds. So that's a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, and just do box breathing with your eyes closed. Then open up your eyes and make that same decision. You know why I'm asking you to do that? Is because when you do that, just as I said, when we tend to make a lot of our decisions, we make our decisions based on the fear that's come with it, right? So as Mahogany so beautifully and honestly shared with us, sometimes we want to say, you know what, I'm just going to cancel this whole thing because I don't want it. It's frustrating me. But that's not how we actually feel deep down inside when we're vulnerable. That's because a fear of something like that having had happened before prevents us from wanting to be vulnerable again. So we say, no, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. Or we get someone send us a text and we perceive it to be something and we react in a certain way. But when you do this and you slow down your body and your mind to the stillness that you're in, and you open up your mind, you open up your eyes, and then you make the decision, you respond to what the text is, or you show up in the way you have to, I promise you, your outcome is going to be so different. And that is how you manifest. You create a different energy from which you act out. And when you create a different energy from which you act out, you create a totally different outcome. Remember, there's two ways, like I said, in that particular situation, or in my situation. Let's say I wanted to, and I used to do this in my past because my past conditioning was a lot around guilt, and it came a lot from the way my mother would raise us. And it happens a lot of the time, unfortunately, with single parents or parents who don't have the emotional capacity to provide that much safety for so many children, is guilt becomes an easy motivator to do things, right? Asking someone, saying, hey, are you going to do this today, or am I going to have to do it my fucking self? And now when you ask that enough, or you do that enough, it now starts to become your pattern. But when you ask from that perspective, someone may actually do the act, but they may do it inefficiently. They may not actually do it because they want to do it. So they may not do it because they're creating a good outcome for you. The other way to ask is saying, hey, I would really like this to be done. It would mean a lot for me. Do you think you could do this? Now, let's say you're dealing with someone who hasn't done this thing well enough before. Then you're like, yeah, why the fuck should I ask so nicely? You add a caveat there and you step in and saying, hey, I know this may not have worked like this in the past before, or I know we may have had difficulty, or I know this may be challenging for you to step in and do this. But it would really mean a lot for me if you could do it in XYZ, or if we agree upon this, that it's going to happen in this way. What that does is that creates more motivation for the person to be able to want to do something. Hey, and welcome to the Inner Yats YouTube page. If you like our content, make sure you click the like and the subscribe button so that you get more of these amazing videos that keep coming your way.